one of the most ancient towns in the whole of Umbria, and been in existence since Roman times. Marvellously preserved over the centuries, Gubbio stands out among all others in the area and beyond. In this video, we're going to explore the wonderful medieval town of Gubbio and all that it has to offer. Gubbio is an ancient town which origins go back to the height of the Umbrian civilization. The town has been in existence since the time of the Romans and is still marvellously well preserved for its age. The buildings are stunning, tall, ancient skyscrapers several story high. It feels like a town for giants, with the buildings towering above you. The gleaming light grey stone of the buildings dazzle in the sunlight, and the seemingly endless staircases to reach the higher street levels. Wide arches and buttresses support the massive structures. Reaching the upper levels of the town requires climbing a lot of steps, but this was also for defensive purposes, making the town almost impossible to attack. Fortunately, the town has a number of lifts to reach the upper levels for those not wanting to keep fit. As you climb each level of the town, each street level offers amazing views not only of the street below, but also of the valley. You'll soon find yourself in the town's main square, the Piazza Grande. Dominating the main square is the Palazzo dei Consoli, a grand, magnificent building in the Gothic style with its 60-metre bell tower and panoramic loggia. It was one of the most majestic and audacious building projects carried out in the Middle Ages, bearing witness to the ambitious nature of Gubbio's political aspirations at the turn of the 14th century, along with the Grand Square, which became a showpiece in the medieval times. The main street of Gubbio runs from the main square down the hill towards the bottom of the town, filled with elegant medieval stone multi-floor buildings with boutiques, eateries and craft shops. Despite being the main street, it's quiet with the occasional passerby. But saying that, a little train regularly travels up the main street, ferrying pedestrians from the bottom to the top of the town, but it's filled with locals rather than tourists due to the steepness of the street. Gubbio is not only a town of multiple levels, but one where the presence of water has a pivotal role. It has a number of little piazzas with water fountains dating back to Roman times, common throughout Italy. Also sprinkled throughout the town are back streets and a number of water channels funneling the fresh water down from the nearby hills into the town. It is here that the real beauty of Gubbio comes into its own, with the little bridges spanning over the channels, narrow walkways, arches and steps, all combining to create a tranquil, picturesque setting in an already quiet, peaceful town. We spent a great deal of time in these pretty back streets, trying to capture the views in every direction. Throughout Gubbio is a network of beautiful narrow alleys, cobblestone medieval streets that criss-crossing each other, some dark and mysterious, and others with steps or arches spanning across. These are the streets that provide the beauty of Gubbio and transport you back in time to centuries past. You can easily spend many hours wandering around these narrow streets, lost in a different world. There's no doubt that Gubbio offers a photogenic view around every corner. You can just feel the age of the place. It's like a film set with perfectly preserved streets. And because it's not a town made famous, it's free of crowds of tourists, so a visitor will have the place to themselves, and so this adds to the beauty of the place. Of course, being at such an elevated position, Gubbio offers panoramic views over the vast valley and the town on the lower levels. Be sure to visit the cathedral built at the foot of the mountain, which dates from the 13th and 14th centuries. Inside, the cathedral is decorated with a number of frescoes and paintings from the artists in the 16th century. It also contains a sarcophagus below the main altar containing the relics of the saints to which the cathedral is dedicated. And that brings us to the end of this video of the beautiful town of Gubbio, one of the most, if not the most, beautiful town in Umbria. Be sure to visit on any trip to the region, and best wishes from Cinematic Travels.